we would be disingenuous to say that politicians don't shape the narrative. Everyone does it.
Lindy Li, a Democratic delegate candidate and member of Joe Biden's policy and outreach team. Is a candidate like Joe Biden, who is so similar in many ways to Hillary Clinton, is that the right way to go, given we kind of tried this approach in 2016, the Democratic Party tried this approach in 2016 with a kind of quote-unquote moderate centrist who has the support of the party, has the support of African-American voters in the primaries, and then look what happened to Hillary Clinton.
So speaking as a young person whom Bernie Sanders claims to be his base, I was turned off by Hillary Clinton in 2016. Joe Biden doesn't turn me off in the least. I'm inspired by him. I'm inspired by his goodness. And I voted for Bernie Sanders in 2016 in the April primary in Pennsylvania because of his focus on campaign finance reform. But over the years, I realized that I was kind of deceived. He's not who he claimed to be.
Okay.
Gun violence is, for me, an existential threat, and I know so many voters in America feel the same way. Joe Biden is someone who, helped pass the assault weapons ban, which has been shown to reduce deaths by gun violence. Bernie Sanders voted against that multiple times. In addition, he also voted to prevent gun manufacturers from being held accountable. I don't want a candidate or a president who's being supported in the past by the NRA. It's just unconscionable that Americans walking down the street today cannot.
You didn't, just a very quick clarification.
Yes,
you didn't feel that
absolutely.
way in 2016?
My vote for Bernie was not, as I mentioned, wasn't a vote for Bernie. It was a vote against the establishment. And the 27, at that point...
But why are you now with the establishment?
I don't consider myself to be.
You don't consider Joe Biden to be establishment?
I'm the granddaughter of illiterate rice farmers.
Not you personally. You don't consider Joe Biden the candidate you support to be establishment?
There is no establishment. I think this is almost like a myth. If there were truly an establishment, Bernie Sanders wouldn't have been able to get as far as he did.
Okay. You just said you were against the establishment in 2016. Now you're saying there isn't an establishment.
Against Hillary Clinton. Against,
Linda, there is no establishment, Lindy says. Joe Biden 3 times in February said that he got arrested in South Africa trying to see Nelson Mandela. He then had to walk that back. That wasn't a stutter. That was a lie.
Well, we can call out Bernie on his money lies, too.
We could, but I'm asking you. I'll put that to Linda in a moment.
I think, we would be disingenuous to say that politicians don't shape the narrative. Everyone does it. It's, and I think that just...
So does that mean you're okay with Donald Trump also shaping the narrative?
Absolutely not. But Donald Trump is not shaping the narrative. He's eviscerating the narrative. We would be disingenuous to say that politicians don't shape the narrative. Everyone does it.
Linda, you said in an interview last month, because of the experiences you've had online, in particular with some Bernie supporters, you said that if he were to become the Democratic nominee, you said you would not vote for him.
Absolutely not.
So that means you would be, what, voting Trump, sitting at home?
I'm going to vote blue all the way down, except for president.
So you're okay with a second Trump term?
I'm absolutely not okay with it, but I'm also almost probably equally terrified and traumatized by the prospect of a Sanders presidency right now.
So, to the point where you would be okay with a Trump second term?
I'm not okay with it.
Well, by definition, you would be if you didn't.
I'm fighting like hell to make sure that Biden is a nominee. So
Except that I'm asking a hypothetical, which I will also ask Linda. If it is Bernie Sanders as a nominee, you will not vote for him, even if it means a Trump second term. Okay.